Today we're gonna look into professional speaking and listening, as our for today's seminar. So what is gonna be there in our today's session? So the first section would be active listening for understanding, and the section 2 will be participating in meetings, and the section 3 will be small talk and networking. And then I'll be giving you some few examples and scenarios which based on all these sections, and also I'll give you like a summary of what this seminar is about. So that's what we're going to look into today. So buckle up, so we'll just move on to the next slide. So section 1 is like an active listening section. So why active listening matters? So build trust and rapport with colleagues, identifies hidden opportunity, reduce misunderstanding, enables better problem solving. So when they say builds trust and rapport with colleagues, what do you mean? So like these days you guys have a lot of opportunities and availabilities to spread your ideas and your innovations and everything. So when you try to connect with people, your ideas are the reach for your ideas are more and more wider. So when you keep a very good bond with your colleagues, your the other person and other teammates of yours, so that would be a very efficient and a very professional way of dealing, and then also you have a very good future ahead when you do that. So when you get connected with to a person, you identify the hidden opportunities, which means hidden talents, where it is also useful for you guys to carry on with your needs and everything. So let's keep, like, if your friend have a good talent of let's keep editing. Okay, so yeah, nowadays we all use Instagram and everything, right? So let's keep your friend is very good at editing, like video editing, photo editing. So we just go to him and he will be like, can you edit me this photo? Like, I just wanted to look in this way. You'll give them all the specifications. So, and that guy is going to help you out, and which is going to be like an win-win situations, because he is able to show his ability, and you are getting benefited by his ability. Okay, and it also active listening also reduces misunderstanding, because when you get to know the point of view of the other person, you will also get to know what that person is trying to tell you, or what does he want, or he or she wants. So the purpose and the specification would be more clearer for you when you actively listen to matters. So, and yeah, obviously, in collaboration work, when you guys are actively listening, and when you understand your partner, it enables better problem solving. Yeah, you guys are gonna come up with a very innovative way of solving that problem as well. You also get to put on some new ideas to it. You can add up with new ideas. So that is what active listening means. Okay, so yeah, so there are like few, let me list it out. Like, there's like 7 core active listening techniques. So these are the main things that would encourage the listening techniques. Okay, so let's see here. So what is paraphrasing? So there is paraphrasing, reflecting feelings, open-ended questions, summarizing, non-verbal awareness, probing, and empathizing. So what do you mean by paraphrasing? So paraphrasing, it just restate in your own words, which means like you can like you can tell your sentence or your emotions in a way that the other person understands it, or makes it more clearer for you guys. Okay, so like I'll give you an example. So what I understand is that you were concerned about the project timeline because of resource constraint. Is that correct? So here you all and also you're paraphrasing what is needed. Like, the main question will be, are you scared? So you're paraphrasing it in a very professional formal way, so that the other person understands what you're trying to tell, and also it makes it more more elaborate when you add some emotions to it. So that is what paraphrasing means, and paraphrasing is a very good practice, when it comes to globally, or like in a very huge companies, which would make you look more professional. So when it comes to reflecting feelings, acknowledging emotions, there's a lot of people who are unable to express their feelings or thoughts on few ideas. So if your partner or your colleague is coming up with an idea, so you have an objection towards it, just go on and see the what kind of add ups you can do with that, or what kind of change you can do with it. But there's a way of telling it. That's what matters, and that we are also going to look into the ways that we can interrupt, or the ways you can add up your ideas. So we'll be looking at that, but acknowledging emotions will play a very major role, because that's when a company or your personal improvement it's get to be held. Okay, so when it comes to open-ended questions, so encourage elaborations. So what do you mean by that? So like encourage elaboration and deeper understanding, that's what it means. So I'll just give you an example. So can you tell me more about what makes this approach challenging for you, for your team? So that's what the example is. So the application type, like you can start with what, how, why, tell me about. So these kind of things, it will give a spark to the conversations, and it would the elaborations starts there, and when it has been elaborated, you get a clear picture of what you're going to do, or what you're going to work on, or whom are you going to work on, with whom are you going to work with. Okay, sorry. So that is how open-ended questions work on. So that is, I mean, I won't say it's like more important, but yeah, it should be in practice. Okay, so let me it also avoid questions that that can be answered with yes or no. So that is not that is not of use. Yes or no questions and elaborations, it doesn't works out for you, it doesn't help. So just
Excuse
avoid
me,
yes or no
Charles.
questions. Yeah, yes ma'am.
Mr. Min. Can you hide this stop sharing bar?
I don't get you, ma'am.
Can you hide the sharing bar on the
Oh,
screen?
okay, okay, yeah, okay, 1 minute.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll just hide this up, okay, guys. Okay, is this fine now, ma'am, for you guys? Yes,
Yes,
okay. Yeah, so we'll just continue with this, the seminar. So after open ending, there's a summarizing. So what do you mean by summarizing? Summarizing is a very, what to say, like I'll tell it's like an important feature that we add up to our personality, because when you're proposing an idea, when you're talking about an event, or when you're, when you're, putting up an solution, you talk about it a lot. At the end, the person or person or the colleague or your teammate, your friends, whoever it is, they're gonna have an idea what you spoke, but they won't have a clearer idea. So to make it so clear, and to make it more understandable and rememberable, you can just summarize that whole conversation into like like 3 to 5 bulletin points, which would be not bulletin points. You're not gonna take notes. It's just like in your head. You can just take like few bulletin points in your head and then just tell them out, so that it would be easier for them to understand what have you said. Okay, so that's how summarizing works, I mean. And the most important thing is non-verbal awareness. This adds up all the this is a very very important feature that I would say, like a person should have, not only an employee, a person should have. And that is read body language. So body language says it all. So when you're proposing an idea or an innovation, or any kind of conversations, if your partner or your collaborative team person is not interested in it, or if he's not okay with the idea that you're proposing, he's not going to tell you, he or she is not going to tell you directly all the time, because there might be, conflicts if that happens. So a few of them are going to keep it inside them, and then they're going to show some body languages, and it should be read very carefully, because that would create a very good bond between the members, I mean the persons. And also you can you can get that gather other person, and you can ask them whether they're comfortable with it, and you can move on with a full confirmation or a full approval of everyone who's included in that conversation. Okay, so like example, so notice when someone's words say fine, but their posture suggests concern. So at this point of time, you can just maintain appropriate eye contact, and you can also match your body language to show engagement, which means you can also do a lot of things to engage them with your body language, saying that let's keep, I am fine with it, and you just show like a thumbs up or something like that. So your facial your facial resemblance also matters over here. And also notice mismatches between verbal and non-verbal. Yeah, so it's very important feature that a person should have. And yeah, like everywhere where you go in real life situations, when you go to a interview or when you attend classes or whatever it is, they notice your body language. They keep giving you marks, like they keep giving you remarks in their head all the time, when you do something. So your body language, like it's a good practice, when you practice it. So that's what non-verbal awareness is. And then we're going to probing. So probing asks follow-up questions. So probing is probing is an important feature, to be honest. It's like a very interesting technique actually. So when someone puts on an idea or suggests with an idea, you ask follow-up questions so that you get a clearer view. And also the questions that you ask makes the proposer to think what more efficient can be done with the idea. And also he's gonna think more innovative to make it more what to attack or to impress. So follow-up questions are always like it's like a fun thing to do. Okay, and yeah, it also builds like it gives you intellectuality. It shows your intellectuality, and then your skills of and the depth of your knowledge in that field, and your innovativeness, your ideas, everything. So it shows your what to say, what kind of personality you are, how much how much stuff that you have inside yourself. It's a very fun property actually. So when it comes to empathizing, so yeah, like everyone know empathizing is an genuine understanding. So like if you're in a situation where like, let me give you a small definition. So like showing genuine understanding and connection. Okay, so let me put on with an example. I can understand why that situation would be stressful for you and your team. So this means you're showing concern to the team, as well as your they're gonna feel like you actually take responsibility for that team. So this thing, it creates a very good bond between you and the colleague or the teammates or whoever you're having this conversation with. So empathizing is a very good technique, and this is a very good practice also in in a normal life, not only like your work life. In a very normal life, it's a very good practice. So empathizing is always a good thing. Okay, so and then yeah, virtual meetings and with different accents. When you see virtual meetings with different accents, when you're connecting all these meetings, there people are going to come from different states, different countries, different cultures. So what are you going to do? Focus on the context keywords. What do you mean by that? So let's keep a French person is coming and she's telling you to uh, okay, we'll have the meeting on Friday, and she's not going to tell that in English, obviously, but you need to keep, search for the keyword in that sentences, so that it makes a bit understandable for you to connect with that person. Okay, and this is not only, this is not only useful in these, all these meetings, but this is also useful for you in the real life. It's useful for you globally, to be honest, because wherever you go, you can survive with this technique. Okay, you just need to search for the context and the keyword. Okay, and in the meetings, when you don't understand an a sentence or a topic or whatever it is, you can just directly go ask for a clarification. Okay, so that is nothing wrong in that. You're not interrupting, but you just wanted to understand what their idea is. So clarification is, it should be done. Okay, if you are involved in that work or idea, so clarification must be done. So yeah, that is a very good property also. And use chat for complex points. What do you mean by chat? So when when you put up some ideas, when you put up some proposals, like I said, like, summarizing, it's this property is like a bit similar to summarizing. So when you do that, people are gonna think what is happening, so what's actually the idea is about, and everything. So you can just put on like few complex points, like, which means like you can just tell like few points about that idea or the innovation that you worked on, that would make the other person understand it more easily. And also you will get the idea of what you're talking about, and they're also it'll be easy for them to remember. Okay, so that's what it's about, complex. And be patient and avoid interrupting. So what do you mean by be patient? And in virtual meetings, it's very important to be patient, because if you don't wait for a chance, the meeting is going to be like a clumsy meeting, and it's going to be irritating for everyone else in that room, everyone else in that meeting. Let's keep the online meeting like this. Okay, so it's better if you don't, it's better if you don't interrupt them in middle of something. Okay, so when I say don't interrupt, it's not like you can interrupt actually, but not everyone else. When they shouldn't be irritated by that. There's a way where you can interrupt respectfully, and that the interruption would be like a good thing. But there's few ways that you can do it, and I will be explaining it how you can do it. Okay, so we'll look into that later sections. Okay, so it's always important to wait for your time to put on your ideas. So, and yeah, record meetings when appropriate. So what do you mean by that? So you can record this meeting, because this is a very informative meeting as well. This thing can be used for you in the future or anything. But you can't record meetings like, when you're talking about a project which is so confidential, or where you're discussing about your let's keep bank account details or something like that. So you can't record all those videos. So that is gonna cost you other teammates personal details, and also that is gonna put a bad opinion on your name. So that is not advisable to record personal or confidential meeting. But yeah, meetings like this, informative videos and interactive sessions, that can be recorded, because that is why they're meant for. That is what they're meant for. So yeah. Okay, so this is like a listening action. I'll just put on like I will do this later. So this is a reflection moment. So think of recent conversation where you felt. You can just you can just take, you can maybe take a screenshot of this and maybe practice it or try doing this activity. Because yeah, like, think of recent conversation where you felt truly heard. So what did the listener do specifically? How did it make you feel? What can you apply from this? Actually, this experience, I mean, this reflection moment can actually build up your conversation skills and listening skills. And this is, I'm not joking about it, this really works out for me. So yeah, I'll just wrap this section one with like few examples. So techniques to grasp nonsense and hidden meanings. So when I said paraphrasing, we are like we saw, colleague, I don't think we can finish this project on time. So you're worried the deadline might not be realistic. So can you see the sentences, the difference in the sentences, how the colleague said and how you said? So there's like, you can literally find the professionality and the formal way of putting the sentence. So this would make your it would make your total personality look so professional, and also adds up your what your proficiency in English. So it's better you paraphrase your English when you say out things. You can just think once or twice, but in the later future it's gonna become a fluent thing for you. Okay, when are we coming to summarizing? After a 5 minutes discussion, let me quickly summarize. The key issues are timeline, resources, and client expectations. Like I said, like 3 to 5 bulletin points you can use. Okay, so for probing, could you tell me more about what challenges you're facing with the new tool? So probing, it would other like I said, it would help to build up your idea and also build up your innovation, and it will show your intellectuality over there. So you could discuss about the ideas more. You can bring up few add up questions. You can put on some interrogation question, interrogative points over there, which would make the interaction also more interesting, and also you'll get a good idea about it. So yeah, so when it comes to virtual meetings with different accents, there's like three examples that I've got for you. So clarification. So like I said, clarification, just to confirm, you said budget is due next Tuesday. So correct. So you're just flying with your sentence. So in a meeting, it should be clarified what you guys are said to do, or what you're going to do. So that is what a clarification means. And using chat, that sound important. Could you please type the key numbers in chat for everyone's clarity? Like I said, it's like a summary. It's similar to summary, but in a chat box, like in virtual meetings. Okay, that's like we use I mean Google Meet chat boxes, right? That's what exactly it is. And when it comes to context focus, if someone says, see, yeah, this is what I was talking about. So delivery a Friday. So it says, I mean, you get to see that delivery a Friday. So which means the response is, so the delivery is expected this Friday. So you get the key points. I mean, you get the key token from the sentences like delivery a Friday. So you don't know what is es, right? So delivery Friday. So you get that two tokens, and then you frame a sentence in your head. At least it will be similar to what the other person said. So that this is a very very interesting and a very important technique to be followed. So I would suggest everyone to follow this wherever you go across the globe, across the world. Okay, so yeah, let's like this these are the example for short practicing activities. You can do it whenever you're free. So empathizing. So colleague, I've been stuck late every night this week. So that sounds exhausting. I appreciate your effort to keep us on track. So this, like, you can clearly see that he is concerned about he's concerned that he's stuck late, and I also appreciate it for his effort. So this would keep the other guy, I mean the colleague, to keep running for it. It would motivate him. There would be a good connection between the colleague and the you. Do you get it? So empathizing is always a must. No, a must property or a technique to keep you and your colleague or your teammates closer and have a good bond. And a good bond would always give you a good idea, a good innovative sessions, and also it improves your performance when you deliver the output, because there is an teamwork over there. So that's always over there. And when it comes to non-verbal awareness, like I said, it's all about your body language. It's about reading body languages. So you can just read the example. I noticed you looked concerned when the budget was mentioned. So would you like to share your thoughts? So in the at this time, the guy is not that guy is like he doesn't want to share anything. So he saw his body language and he asked this question. So this would make him more comfortable to share his thought. It gave him an opening. It gave his colleague an opening to share his thought. So this is also a very important trait. Okay, so reflecting feelings. So colleague, I'm frustrated with all these changes. It sounds like constant changes are overwhelming. I mean, reflecting feeling, you're just getting a close connection with him. I mean, you are also feeling the same way, so you're giving him a you guys are sharing a moment at that point. You guys are sharing a moment which makes it more memorable, and more than memorable, when the moment has been shared, you guys feel the connection and you guys won't let down each other. You guys would stand up for each other, which would make everything you know improved. Your what let's keep your connection, I mean your relationship with that person, your the way you deal with problems when it comes to a conflict. Everything will work out in a very good way. So this is all about section 1. So let's go to section 2. Like section 2 is about participating in meetings. Okay, so this is what we're gonna look into for the section 2. So yeah, like I said, like I said in a meeting, how to politely, we'll talk about politely interrupting, right? So this is how you can politely interrupt. Interrupting is also a very good technique, and it is also a very good art, to be honest. Because interrupting, most of the people they get triggered, but if you do it in a very proper and the right way, you could play the game and you will be the MVP. So let's keep wait for a natural pause and use transitional phases. Okay, what do you mean by transitional phases? So if you're talking about two different topics, they will, or the other person would expect there to be a small connection between both the topics. That's what a transitional phrase. So let's come. Okay, so excuse me, may I add something? So this makes it more professional, and also you get to open up yourself. Okay, that's great point. I'd like to build on it. So before we move on, could I share a perspective? So see, all these give a great look on yourself, and also you get to put on your idea, or you can give a suggestion to the idea. So this is what, like, politely interrupting works like. So always acknowledge what was said first, which means when you acknowledge what the other colleague or whatever they said, they will feel like they are being heard. I mean, when they were talking, when you interrupt, they'll feel like, okay, I've been heard, let them talk right now. So that is how the other person is gonna think like. Okay, so for your easier understanding, I've pasted a picture over here. You can just take a screenshot of it if you guys are needed of. So yeah, so that is what about how to politely interrupt. And then when it's for asking clarifying questions effectively. So you know I mean, clarifying questions are also like an it's a very interesting topic, okay, to be work on. Okay, so be specific about what needs clarification. Could you see what do you mean by that? So when the guy is proposing a idea, he talks about a lot of stuff. Okay, let's keep like he's talking about an ML model, like ML project. So he's going to talk about data set. He's going to talk about pre-processing data, and then he's going to talk about what kind of technique he's going to use, like what to say. Let's keep bidirectional LLMs or LSTMs or whatever it is. So wherever you have a doubt or a very blurred info, you can directly jump in and you can just ask them okay, how is this going to work. Okay, so let us see some examples of it. So could you help me understand the timeline better? Okay, let's keep like a flow chart he's talking about. So what would success look like for this project? He's asking about the project, how it's look like, after it's been done. So, and then what? How does this align with Q4? Q4 objectives. You know what is Q4 objectives? So these are the Q4 objectives. So how to talk effectively. So you also can take a screenshot of this. It would be really useful for you in the future. Okay, frame as genuinely curiosity, not a challenge. Okay, so if you challenge, if you challenge the main motive of yours, it will be done over there, because it will kill the other colleagues confidence, and it will also build up an hate between you guys. So better don't do that. It could always be like a genuine curiosity, which means you listen to him, her ideas, and then you come up with a question. So which makes them think that you're listening to them, and then you're valuing their time and ideas, and you have a small clarification on it. So that would be more efficient way of doing it. Okay, so yeah, so that is what this is about, and then we'll go on with contributing ideas in a group setting. So what do you mean by contributing ideas in a group setting? So build on others ideas before introducing new ones. So what do you mean? So when you do when an idea is being introduced, when it is put on, you can totally add up to it, so that it makes it more innovative. Okay, so and it also creates a bond between you guys, so that you don't need to have a conflict when you're working in a team. Because yeah, you can have a new idea obviously, but you can also share it with your colleague or your teammate, and you can make him work with you or her work with you, which would which is an healthier way to do it. So if you're working in a team, if your teammate has a different idea and you have a different idea, so if you guys work on with your own ideas, that is not going to work out. You're not going to be in the same page. So being on a different page is going to be like so tough for you guys to handle the conflict. It's going to end up so wrong. So it's better you rely on each other's ideas, and you build a good rapport with you guys. Okay, so that is all this is about. So use inclusive language. What if we versus you should. So can you see the difference? What if we can do this, or you should do this? So there's a difference. So provide context and reasoning. So be concise and actionable. What do you mean by concise and actionable? So you got to take responsibility for what you said. Okay, so if you have proposed an idea, and you're going to say that I'm going to do this part of this project. So let me take care of the back end of the project. So you're gonna keep up with it. So even if you don't have a good idea about it, you should be responsible for whatever you're saying. So and a welcome feedback and a discussion. Like a welcome feedback, like it's always like we spoke about empathizing, right? So that's what this is about. So I've also again added a small do's and don'ts about this thing. You can also take a screenshot of this. I'll just give you like few strategies how to contribute. Okay, so build on others ideas. Yeah, I've said that. Okay, so welcome feedbacks and further discussions on your ideas. Okay, it's actually the main uh, like a main trait. It would help you a lot. Okay, so that's all about contributing ideas in a group setting. So let's go to an next section. I'll give you not a section, like next part of the second section, so which is the example. So let me give you an example for you guys how all these works. Okay, so how to politely interrupt. I'd like to build on what you just said. Okay, can you guys understand how this is working? So before we move forward, may I share a quick thought? So I don't mean to interrupt, but I think this connects to what Raj mentioned earlier. All these are gonna are like they are going to add up so much value to your idea as well your colleague's idea. Okay, this is a very important trait or an practice that you guys should be learning, because this builds up a very good bond as well as a very efficient way of bringing the output, and also a good performance output. Okay, you guys can to be more Gen Z, let me use a word called slay. You can slay with all these traits. So asking clarification questions effectively. Okay, so could you walk me through what success would look like? So this is how you can add up like few questions. You guys can take a screenshot if it's needed. I'll just give like 2 seconds. Okay, yeah. So asking clarification questions. So could you walk me through what success would look like here? So when you say soon, what do you mean, this week or next week? So can you clarify how this impacts our current priorities? See, like the speaker over here is being more clearer about what he wants to know about. Okay, so that is what this is about. So it's always necessary to know what you wanted to know. Okay, so that is a very good technique also. So and then contributing ideas in a group setting, like as we saw before, instead of you should try this, we say what if we test this approach together? So I mean, you can literally see the the priority and the power of the sentences between these two. Okay, building on Anita's point, we could also explore customer survey for deeper insights. So here the colleague and the okay, let's keep me and the colleague. Okay, here I am not neglecting the neglecting my colleague's idea, but I'm just adding up to her and also making it more efficient. So that is what example is about. So let for the third example, here's a quick idea. So let's run a small pilot before the full rollout. So what do you mean by that? So I mean, like okay, let's take our ML model. Okay, me and my colleague has already built an ML model. So he's proposing an idea saying that we'll run it before presenting it to a higher official or whoever you need to show it to. Okay, so that's like a small idea he's putting up, and then they're collaborating with that idea. So that is what this is about. So this is all about section 2. Okay, so we'll be going on to section 3. Section 3 is also, this is a very interesting thing. Okay, small talk and networking. This, I really myself personally, I would love networking. It's, I mean, not only officially, or not only like all office kind of things, but I'm a really outgoing person. I really get to connect with, I really love connecting with people, that would make me understand a lot of perspectives, and also a lot of ideas, a lot of new changes that I can bring to myself. I mean, no, I'm not forcing myself to get the change. It's like I like the change, but I'm not heard of that change, and when I get introduced to it, I get to adapt it. I can also do it. So it's a very good thing. Small talk and networking. It's a very good. It's a very interesting topic in my point of view. So let's get into it. Okay, so why small talk matters. Sorry. So 80%, 81% of recruiters value interpersonal skill most. So what they mean is that when you go to a recruiter, in like, yeah, they do ask. I mean, the main question they ask is, what, talk about yourself, or tell about yourself, introduce yourself. That's the main question they ask, and they don't ask that to know about your family, or to know about your, I mean, it's not like a family specifically. It's not about your personal life. It's about what skill do you have, or what special do you have, and what is going to impress them to hire you, or what is going to what is the special feature that you have that is going to make this field special. So that is what they are going to think about. Okay, this is actually a very good point. So when, even for you guys, I'll just give you a small tip. Okay, so whenever you go attend interview, okay, that is see, that is very important to share your skills, your work, your experience, or what, how did you come up, with a situation, or how did you handle it. So that is what they're going to look on. They're not going to look on where do you live. They're not going to look on like you know what's what's schooling, or they do look on it, but do you get the priorities right? That is what it is all about. You can actually use this thing in your even in your normal life too. Okay, so creates foundation for business relationship. Like I said, when you go talk to other people, you get to know what special you can do to that field to make it more attractive. Okay, so you can only just by talking and connecting with people, you can literally start a business. So that is only through ideas, and that's only through what you get from other people. Not all the time you can rely on chat gpts or quora or whatever AI platforms that we got. Okay, that's a very good thing. And also builds trust and human connections. So you can, yeah, builds trust obviously. So when you talk to people and when you get connected, you're gonna trust them and you're gonna take up their ideas. And when you take up their ideas, they're gonna feel so proud about their idea, and then they might help you. Okay, and when they help you, it's gonna be like an what to say, it's like it's gonna be so fun taking it. It's gonna be like you can rely on someone. It's not like you're only relying on that person, but it's just like, yeah, it's just like you can rely on their idea or like a small suggestion which would make your situation better. Okay, so that is what this is about. Build trust and human connection. Let me just give you uh, a small example. So if let's keep, I'm just running a factory, let's keep. Okay, so I've opened a new factory and I'm running a factory over here, and then I'm feeling so low and so down because I'm not getting any customers or contacts. So when like the person who gave me this idea, I'm like, I go share him my thoughts and the way I'm feeling. Okay, so he's gonna be like, okay, this is just a situation, this is just a phase of the business. So this is how it's going to be like. So you better keep keep pushing yourself, and then keep working. So you'll get it one day. So I'll get that motivation to again work, and I won't lose my what to say, I won't lose my force. Okay, so it's a very good thing. I love connecting people. Oh God. Okay, so open doors to opportunities. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of, like, when you go to it, there's a lot actually these days. There's a lot of technical events happening. There's a lot of stalls there, putting in markets, to just to just for the people to connect each other and look for opportunities. When you go talk to a person, if the person likes you, he's just gonna be like, okay, why can't you come work with me in my company? You look great, you have a good skill set, but no one recognizes you. So that's how it works. So that is what open doors to opportunities means, and reduce workplace tension and stress. Obviously, when you have a good connection with the higher officials or the colleagues, it's going to be fun also, right? Working with them, spending time over there. Yeah, like sometimes you can feel feel your workplace as a escape place too. That's where you feel more proud about yourself, that's where you feel more protective. So you can feel that way too over there. So that is what that means. Okay, so when it comes to effective small talk starters, I've just added like a small picture where you can also take a screenshot of this. Okay, so I'll just put up with this. So yeah, industry related. So how was the market been treating your business? These are like few examples that I've taken. So let me keep what trends are you seeing in your field? They get it, like when you go talk to a person who's running an industry, and you can go ask him these things and he'll be more interested to talk about it. So let's keep for you guys a bullet. Let me keep, I love cars. Okay, so you know that I love cars. and then you come up to me. You haven't seen me, or you don't know anything about me, but you just want to connect with me. So you just come up to me and you'll be like, okay, what about this car? I'm planning to buy this. Or like, I don't feel this car, is good for this price. If you start talking like that, if you come ask me questions like this, I'm going to be like, oh, this car is a very good car for this price range. I would put on the specifications, like it has a good mileage, it has a good infotainment. So I'm just going to put on, I'm just going to keep adding. I'm just not going to stop talking about cars, because that's what I like, and that's what you're asking me about. I have so much information about it. So that's how you start up a conversation. That's a very interesting and a fun thing. I love this section, to be honest. I was waiting to jump to this session actually. So yeah, and then we can also ask any interesting projects keeping that's keeping you busy. How do you see your industry evolving? What's the most exciting development in your area recently? Yeah, all these questions are really, it'll make people come talk to you. It would make yourself an interesting person to in other people's point of view. So when it comes to event focus, let's keep what brings you to this conference meeting. Yeah, for you guys are here to listen me, hear me out for what I'm having for you guys to work on with, or and skill. I can give you small tips about your skills. That's why I'm here, and that is why you guys are here, right? So yeah, that is the thing. And have you attended these event before? What section are you most looking forward to? How are you finding the event so far? And any key takeaways from today's session? So any questions like that? Okay, when it comes to general professional, okay, what's keeping you busy these days? Any exciting projects on your horizon? How long have you been with your company? How do you enjoy most about your role? So these are all these things, it just add ups. It just gives it's just going to give you a very good outlook. It's going to give you a very interesting, it's just going to make you more interesting to others people's point of view. Okay, and yeah, culturally sensitive networking. Okay, this is, I won't say this is an fun thing, but this is a must thing, because respecting cultural differences is more important. Because if a client or if a colleague get offended, or if he's being disrespected culturally or religionally, I'm sorry. Yeah, so there is gonna be a huge issue happening over there. Okay, so it's so much better if you don't, if you guys sensibly talk about it. Okay, so yeah, what is there in culturally sensitive networking? Let's keep respect personal spaces, preferences. Okay, let's keep if you're going to a meeting and your colleague is a vegetarian. Okay, so and you eat non-veg, so obviously you can't go ask him to eat him or her to go eat non-veg. You come with me, I want a company, you just eat non-veg. You can just tell them, because they're going to get offended, obviously, because they have their own preferences. This is a very cliche topic to talk about, but this is also a very important topic that you guys should focus on. Okay, because in the future, globally, you guys are going to meet a lot of other people, and there's a lot of cultural differences in our country, mainly India. We have a lot of different cultural differences. In let's keep in each and every state there's a different culture. In each and every state there's a different religion in our country, in India. We are so special about it. Okay, so yeah, avoid assumptions about background or culture. So you can't see, let's keep I feel like it's a very healthy thing. Usually before Ambedkar, proposed all these caste kind of priorities, right? Let's keep for IIT, STNSCs, they get even if they get low marks, they get to go and do the they get the seats in IITs and NITs. Okay, but do you think these days everyone are like that? Even those, every caste people over here are right now equally. They're being equally treated. They equally earn. They equally do everything. So you can't. you can't see a person and just tell them, okay, they are like this, they're going to do this. That thing is that is a very wrong thing, to be honest. Even let's keep, even with the skins they do. Okay, yeah, like these days everyone is up with everything. Everyone in today's country, everyone is going and looking forward to each and everything, and everyone has their own goal. And not everyone right now are backing off because of their culture, or because of their religion, or because of their rationality. Everyone is so strong enough, most of the people are strong enough to put up front, come up front. Okay, so it's better, and it's not better actually, it's a must thing to avoid assumption about background or culture. Okay, so let's focus on professional common ground. So what do you mean by professional common ground? So let's keep like like say you're working in a team and you're working on a project, and your colleague has the same interest like you. Let's keep, he has a good he has like the same interest like you, like in interest in foods, maybe in watching movies or anything. These kind of common interests would make your networking more more efficient, and also more you get more people. Okay, being more adaptive is also a very good trade. Okay, so and be aware of communication style. So what do you mean by communication style, guys? So, oh yeah, you guys can't talk. So yeah, communication styles are like, what to say, like let's keep, if from a Madurai, a guy is coming from Madurai, he's gonna have a different way of talking. Okay, let's keep Hindi. There's a lot of way of communication styles. Punjab has a different kind of Hindi. I mean, it's like Punjabi, but everything has a base Hindi, right? So the communication style differs. So when you, in a professional basis, when you say a word, you should think, do they understand it in the same way that you talk? So let me say, I say a word in English, and I'm telling it to a French person, and the French person takes it in a different way or in the wrong way. So you should ensure your communication style, your style should be understandable, and also it should not be mistaken. So you should be so much aware of it when when you're in this kind of field. Okay, so that's what it says, be aware of a communication style. So when in doubt, follow their lead. When in doubt, follow their lead. What does it mean? So when you're working in a team and you have no idea about it, it's not like you should not work on it, but you can, at that point of time, you can just follow them, and then you can follow their instructions, or you can follow their ideas, so that you get a good catch, a good idea, and you'll start working, you'll get adapted to the work, and then you can again put up your own ideas. So that's what it means. And learn basic cultural etiquette for international colleges, I mean colleagues. I mean, you guys, we already spoke about it. So, learning basic etiquette is always a needed thing. And yeah, I mean, that would make you also an interesting person. Okay, so that's all about the culturally sensitive networking. So networking do's and don'ts. Actually, I have like few other things also to talk about it. So some cultural consider in the important cultural considerations are, some cultures value relationship building before business discussions. Okay, that is a very wrong thing. Okay, eye contact norms vary significantly across cultures. Like, see, when you see a person, let's keep, I don't want to give example for this because it might go wrong. Okay, so I don't want to give example for this, but just eye contact norms vary significantly across cultures. So you just see a person and then you judge them through your eyes itself. So it is being read by every, when a person sees you, it can be read through your body language. So that's what it is. So gift giving or business card exchange may have specific protocols. A company, there's a lot of company with a few specific habits they wanted it to be. Let's keep a party, like a company has a rule, saying that I mean they conduct or host a party every weekends, but the person doesn't like parties at all, and he don't want to get included in that. But the company's rule is, it is for everyone to join that party, and they might discuss about few things in the party. So here, I mean, it's being I mean the preference of a person is being neglected. So you need to get adapted to all those things. You need to adapt, you need to get uh, good environmental adaptive changes. Okay, so that's what it's about. And yeah, obviously time orientation and some topics like politics, religion, personal income are universally sensitive, so you guys should be so much aware of all these things when you're talking or when you're chit chatting. I mean, all these things are being shared mostly when or mostly when gossiping or chit chatting. So you better watch what he's saying. Okay, so that's what this is about. So let me go on with networking. Okay, so do's and don'ts. Okay, so that's great. So yeah, when it comes to networking, do listen more than you speak. Ask open-ended questions. We already know what open-ended question is. Follow up within 48 hours, and don't dominate conversations. And immediately pitch yourself services. Forget names. Use reputation. So, what do you mean by listen more than you speak? So you can listen more than you speak. It is always an effective way to improve yourself. Okay, you can use a rule called 70/30. 70% you listen and 30% you speak. That would make you more powerful, more it will make you more what to say you will be the attention grabber. Okay, so when you listen things and when you put out things, and everyone will be uh how is this guy doing this? Okay, I mean, you guys should do that more often. Okay, and also ask open-ended question that encourages detailed responses. We saw what is open-ended questions. Okay, remember and use names during conversation. Yeah, this is what I said. Okay, when you listen, okay, when a guy says, "Yeah, this is Vishal," and then I start talking everything, and later after 2 to 3 hours of doing everything, and that's the first time that I'm talking to all those people, and you come up and you say to me that. Hey Vishal, how are you doing, man? Your conversation was great. So I would feel, oh, okay, he saw me, he recognized me. So that would give a good view on in that person. So if you, I mean, that's a very important trait. I mean, that's a very interactive trait that you can. Okay, so also have show genuine interest in other person's works and challenges. That's a very important thing. And offer help to resource when appropriate. Okay, offer resource. What do you mean offer resource? I mean, uh, whenever your teammate or a colleague is in crisis, like he needs A4 paper. I mean, that's like a very small example that I'm telling. But even with working on a project, even if you're not paid, or if you even if you're not needed to you, if you don't have a need to work on it, you can just still give a hand or give a support to your colleague or whoever it is, even if he's not a colleague, to any other person who people who you can just give that help, so that it would make yourself feel better. Also, you'll get to gain a very good respect from that person, and and the other person is also going to admire your idea and the approach you do. Okay, so that's a very good trait. And maintain eye contact and positive body language. Like I said, body language plays a very important role, and maintaining eye contact, it makes other person think that you're so confident, you're so straight up, and it gives a very powerful look on yourself. When you talk, when you talk to a person, and if you keep rolling your eyes up, down, and there, he's just going to think that I mean you yourself won't be in a very right position to think think or speak what in that conversation. You'll be in a very distracted way. So when you have a very straight eye focused conversation, that would make it more efficient and a very powerful way. That's a very good add-on to your personality too. So be authentic and professional in your interactions. Okay, I mean, like I always say, I mean, like I said, you can use the paraphrasing technique like we saw before. Okay. So that is what this is about. I guess I can't. I'm in the different window right now, so I can't view the messages. So I'll answer it to it in a while. Okay. So yeah, don'ts. But dominate conversation or talk only about us. I mean, that is the worst thing you can ever do, because talking about yourself all the time or one upping all the time is gonna look so bad on yourself, because whatever you say about yourself, they're not gonna respect it. They're not gonna prioritize your ideas. This is gonna be like, okay, oh my god, this guy, he's gonna always praise himself. If you let other people praise you, that would be more and more satisfying for you than you praising yourself. Okay, you can praise yourself within yourself. I mean, I'm not telling you to kill your confidence. Confidence is different from dominating conversations. Okay, so you better think about it. Okay, so and then immediately pitch your services or ask for favors. I mean, what is pitch or services on it? Like pitch. I mean, when a conversation is going on, like I said, interruptions. Okay, I mean, we spoke about virtual interruptions, but this is like a normal, a live interaction interruption. Okay, so that would make a person trigger so badly, because you are first, you're stopping him in the half of the conversation, and you're not letting him complete his idea or whatever he's talking about, and that is going to trigger the other person, and he's not going to look you in the same way. He or she is going to always have a thing for you, like they're going to bother you. It's going to be like, I mean, the bond won't be like that strong. Okay, there might be like often conflicts or often fights between you guys. So forget names, use reputations. Okay, so I mean, forgetting names would make you look like you don't even care about that person, and you still come talk to them for a use. Okay, so always remember names, guys. I mean, that's a very professional and a very good habit to remember names. I mean, it really adds up your personality. Okay, so yeah, let's go on to the examples I can give you for this section, which is small networking and yeah, small talks and networking. So importance of rapport. I mean, rapport. What do you mean by rapport? Rapport is like the relationship between you and colleague or teammates, whoever it is. That's what a rapport means. So how long have you been with your current company? So this tells you the rapport of you and the company. So this will, when a recruiter ask this, it will let them know how long you've been there, and how much commitment you gave to that company. So the next question, what do you enjoy most about your role? So this would make the recruiter know about your interest, and uh, how much you get involved by yourself. What is the priority that you give to that work? So that will literally impress them when you say all these to them. Okay, so you even if they don't ask them, it's better if you just put on your with yourself. Okay, so I've heard this event is quite popular. Have you attended before? So it's just like a small question that you can ask. And then yeah, like culturally sensitive networking. Okay, so in these are the main three tips you should start. You should see, or you guys also can take a screenshot of this. Okay, so wait, avoid, and start. Okay, so waiting with Japanese colleagues. Okay, wait for them to bow before offering a handshake. This is the cultural thing that you can do. I mean, there's a cultural support that you can give them, so that they'll find you interesting and also connecting. Okay, so avoid in a Middle Eastern colleague. Okay, avoid asking about family unless they bring it up. I mean, not only Middle Eastern. any kind of cultural or any kind of colleague, don't directly go into the family issues, guys. I mean, it's a very wrong thing. I mean, workplace, in a very professional environment, talking about family is fine until and unless they bring it up. Obviously, talking those would give you a good bond, but you can't get into it unless and until they let you in. Okay, so that's what avoid. And start, with American colleagues. Start with light informal topics like weekend plans before business. Oh my, this is a very good, you know start. I mean, all these are not very specific for I mean, Japanese a bit, it's a bit specific, but for avoid and start, it's not specific for Middle Eastern and American. Okay, you can actually ask your colleague or whatever, whoever it is. We can go on lunch, lunchtime, or you can go out, for your dinner time. You can start up conversations. You can get connected. You can share your ideas. You can share your personal feelings, or you can you can talk more, not only about your I mean, your professional you know routine, also your personal life. That's when you let the other person in, or the other person lets you in. So that's how it can be done. Okay, so that's how this is going to work like. And for practical exercise for small talk, so let's keep at lunch table. Has a cafe, has anyone tried a new cafe nearby? So these are the questions that I have for you. Just think about it. So I want you guys to actually implement it. And networking, I'm telling you guys, networking is the best way to improve yourself, improve your work, and improve your career insights. And also, that would give you a very good uh, experience of people, where you can learn people, where you can learn activity, where you can learn behaviors. There's a lot of things more than work. And then you know I mean, like, not only professionally, there's a lot of other practices that you can carry on with you, like a very healthy practices. So this is a very important. I love this networking thing. So yeah, has anyone tried a new cafe nearby? You can just go there. And then at networking event, you can ask what sessions are you most excited. You can just carry on with the conversations. And then in casual office chat, any exciting weekend plans coming up, you can just ask, you can just carry on with the flow. Go on with the flow, guys. So that's how it works. So these are the key takeaway that I've given. Like, it's like I said, I'm just summarizing the whole session that I've taken from all these times. So yeah, these are the key takeaways. So active listening builds stronger business relationship through genuine engagement and understanding. And effective meeting participation requires preparations and respect. Okay, so like I said, participation and preparation and respect. I mean, these are the three things that you guys should really work on. And small talk is a strategic network tool. Yeah, we spoke about it. So you guys just can take a screenshot of this, so that you will have a very good clearer idea about what I spoke all these times. It'll be like a bit messy in your head right now. It'll just make you straight. Okay, so that's what this is about. So, and like, let me like, daily practice of communication skills leads to continuous improvement and confidence. I mean, yeah, that is a very good thing. And then confidence is communication. Communication comes through consistent practice and real world application. Okay, so I want you guys to communicate every day. I mean, every day. I mean, speaking is a everyday activity. And when you do this, even with your, I mean, like, you can practice this whenever you do it normally. So this would really give you a very good proper character, uh, view on other people, a good out outlooking, I mean, it's just good, man. It's just good to improve your characteristics. Okay, so it's better if you do it daily. The conversation skills are so must. Okay, and then maybe you can just take down like an personal action plan. What do you mean by action plan? So one active listening technique will I will practice this week. So I will take it as my homework, when it comes to like a plan. So one meeting behavior, I will improve it. So one networking opportunity, I will pursue. You know, you guys can really go do all those networking stuff. There's a lot of markets who puts on their new business ideas and put up in the stall. You can go there, connect, and you can also support. I can also support this with schedule a specific time to practice new skills. I would I would like specify a time in a week to practice the skills, like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes. That's more than enough for talking, right? Yeah, that's a very good support. So ask a trusted colleague to provide feedback on your communication. Oh, like, if you see, it's not only a colleague. I mean, you can also talk, you can also ask your mom or sister or siblings, your friends, whoever it is. So set a calendar reminder to review and reflect on progress weekly. This would You can literally see your differences each and every week. So you know what, I mean, my English was so bad. I mean, not bad, like it was so bad when I was doing my let's keep my seventh or eighth, something like that. But I started watching all those movies, series, and then my environment got changed. The people I hung out were different from what I did before. Everything got changed, and the way I speak and the way I portray myself, the way I put myself, the way I represent, everything got changed in like few years. I mean, few years is a very long time. Even within a few weeks, you'll find that difference, because you guys, I mean, not you guys, but keeping up with the trend is a very important thing. Okay, so yeah, it's just like a very interesting activity to do. And yeah, so join or create a practice group with other training participants, seek additional resources, books, online courses, coaching as needed. I mean, this is so professional. You can also sometimes, if you're free, you can watch like series and movies. So yeah, so that is all about all these sessions.